Well, I've been doing this for a long time, so with regard to the dogma, I've seen it with everything. I've seen the dogma with the paleo diet, the keto diet, the carnivore diet. Whenever any type of diet reaches the mainstream, it becomes dogmatic. It's the same thing I remember with functional training. Functional training kind of started popping off around the same time as CrossFit, and then you had these 60-year-old grandmas that never worked out before going to these CrossFit boxes, and they're having them do snatches when they don't even know how to deadlift or squat properly. And it's the same thing with nutrition. You'll get these people where they've eaten terribly their entire lives, and then because they've eaten terribly their entire lives, they do something that's starting to work for them. And then because it's working for them in the short term, they think that this is the way that it has to be done because it's working for me. One perfect example, I remember this was a few years ago. I was speaking to someone and I made the point about how for the average person, it's not going to be a good idea to do 80% fat, 20% protein. It's not going to be very effective for fat loss. And this one person told me that it was working for them. This person was in their 50s. They were 500 pounds, and after about 6 months, they decreased their weight to 450 pounds, which, if you're 500 pounds, yeah, you could eat 80% fat, and you'll see results because your energy requirements are going to be so high. But as you start getting closer to your goal in healthy weights, you're not going to be able to keep doing that and still seeing results. So this one person told me that I didn't know what I was talking about, need to watch a specific influencer's YouTube video. And that's the one kind of thing that annoys me about the health and fitness industry. It's whenever somebody has abused their body for an entire lifetime, and then they do one thing that is working in the short term, they think that that one thing is also going to be the same thing that's going to help them long term, which oftentimes it's not. So for somebody who's 500 pounds, yeah, you could consume high fat and you'll still be able to lose fat. But when you get down to 230, 220, 210, you're not going to be able to keep doing that and still seeing results unless you starve yourself. Like for me, I can do very well on 80% fat and I can maintain my shape. If I want to get leaner than what I currently am, for me to keep 80% fat and lose fat, I would need to starve myself and it wouldn't be sustainable. Whereas if I increase my protein to 60% and drop my fat down a little bit, it becomes a lot more sustainable for me to do 60-40 as opposed to 20-80. So a lot of people, that's one thing that they get confused. This is working for me in the short term, therefore everybody has to do that. And with regard to the dogmatic aspect, a lot of people, they kind of think that the world revolves around them, and this is working for me, therefore every single person should be doing this. I am well aware that I'm an outlier. Most people are not going to do well on 20% protein, 80% fat. So just because it works for me, I know that for most people it's not going to work, and the reason I know that is because I've tried doing that with people in my practice and it doesn't work. And when I increase their protein and decrease their fat to those ratios that I mentioned earlier, they get much better results and it's a lot more sustainable.
Thanks for hanging around until the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like the video and comment down in the comment section as it would really help out with the algorithm. And also share this video so we can help get this information out to as many people as possible. And also subscribe to the channel by clicking on the icon in the bottom right hand corner and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the videos. For those of you interested in health optimization, you can check out the video in the top right corner where I discuss the 6 foundation principles. And for those of you interested in optimizing your performance, then consider becoming a member. It's only $5 per month and you get a ton of perks, including exclusive access to this program design lecture series playlist above my head.